Assure Guarantee is a financial institution which works with other major financial institutions in Europe and elsewhere in the globe. Our operations here in Europe are based in London. We have offices throughout the European Union. Our main focus is around credit risk for investors and banks. So we help banks and institutional investors manage credit exposure on their investment portfolios. Expedite has done several things for us over the past 10 years. We've been through 2 office relocations and we've been through a corporate acquisition. So during the course of those 2 events, we've seen them help us dispose of properties, help us acquire and fit out new properties, and assisted us in the process of subletting properties and managing that subletting process and managing on an ongoing basis the leases and other issues related to those tenancy agreements. Expedite will always turn their hand to any issue that crops up in relation to your facilities. And we found, as our company has grown and developed over the last 10 years, they've been able to respond to our needs in a very efficient and effective manner.
We're a specialist niche IT consultancy focused on trading systems technology for predominantly investment banks. We have offices in London, New York, and Hong Kong. We'd outgrown our previous environment, and we were desperate to relocate. Fortunately, we had a break in a lease, so we gave notice and we started looking around. And we found 1 or 2 places through Expedite, and they basically were able to find exactly what we needed. So we were very pleased. And they also helped us then, took it on to the next level, where they helped us with the design and the fit out and re-engineering the current environment. And they also helped us with the dilapidations on the old environment. So all in all, they provided us a service that was exactly what we needed at the time. They were extremely organised, very professional. They took ownership of the stuff that we didn't have time to deal with, and they made a difference in that. And they took ownership and they followed it through. So even down to the planning and making sure that people came in and actually did all the re-engineering of the environment we're moving into, right through to actually scrabbling on the floor and ensuring that the cables have been installed by the cable contractors and all the rest of it. So we were very, very pleased. They helped us with the physical move as well, even though we actually had other people involved in that. And it was them that sorted out a lot of the problems and issues when, in theory, we had other people in theory that were responsible for that. So I think in terms of the quality of what they do, in terms of the commitment and the level of professionalism, I found them to be of an exceptional standard, and I would be very happy to recommend them.
We work for the oil and gas industry, doing health safety management systems. We first came to know Expedite about 3 years ago, when we moved from Covent Garden to the London Bridge area. Another part of our company recommended Expedite for the move. We took them on with the costings and the way they worked. We gave them a single contract, no tender went out, and they moved us very expeditiously. It was brilliant. They're very, very responsive, very quick. They understand what the client needs, and they understand it intuitively. They get there very quickly and do things. And when problems turn up, they always do turn up, in things like a big office move. The contact we have comes in very quickly, talks about it very quickly, and we get resolved exceedingly fast. So I always recommend people to go to Expedite.
I've worked with Expedite for some 15 years in 2 different banks that I've worked at. For the last 5 years at Zenith, they've been very supportive in producing and fitting out our 2 office locations. Here in Cornhill, over 3 floors, and also our wealth management operation, Berkeley Square. Expedite handled both the fit out of the buildings, which were reduced to just to shells, so from base build, and they've also provided excellent both IT support and facilities management support to both operations. It's a godsend. As I say, over the 15 years of our working experience, they just consistently deliver. They did an absolutely superb job on getting the right balance between a cost-effective project and also the right quality, because as a wealth management operation you want that certain kind of style to the premises, and certainly they delivered that extremely well. In many ways it was quite a difficult fit out because the landlord typically wasn't as responsive and as supportive as they could be. Things such as the lighting and the signage, again so crucial for marketing of the bank. They did an absolutely superb job, and if one looks at the premises, almost any point you actually enter into Berkeley Square, you can see the Zenith signage. It's quite striking. One thing I like about Expedite is they're very client-focused, and they pride themselves on the quality of the work they do. As I say, a very, very strong delivery.